Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca. Welcome back to my Pixel Quest, where we are continuing our blind playthrough of Blueprints, the absolute brilliant, marvelous, delightful Blueprints, and we're going to be jumping back midway through day 11. Much more of this day to go, so let's get back to it. I just don't suspect any of those are the dates. It just doesn't feel right. Oh no! I really want the drawing room. Ah, man. I'll tell you why I really want the drawing room. It is because when I was watching an episode back where I entered the drawing room for the first time, I noticed something that I did not notice any other time I was in the drawing room. And it was that looking at the image of our uncle, like the drawing of our uncle there in the middle, I could see that there was one of the candelabras on the fireplace was... Which one should we do? It'd be good to have keys, wouldn't it? Let's do this. Yeah, the candelabras was like facing down. And in reality, it was facing up. So I reckon I've got to go up and move that candelabra. All right, let's... Where should we do? Should we keep moving in this direction? Yeah, let's do it. Because maybe if I get lucky... maybe if I get lucky, immediately not very lucky. Bedroom will do, because that'll allow us to go north. Let's do that. Maybe if I get lucky, I can head into the north... Hey, got a couple of steps. I can head into the north east corner, where I have never been. Never. Oh. Oh, that was just a regular key. Okay, I thought that was going to be like a special... You know, we had a silver key. I thought that was going to be like a gold key. I was just noticing like this pattern here that sort of looked like a speaker. I don't know. I'm ever suspicious of this hand, ever more, because these hands, one hand has pointed towards a safe. I've said before, what is down here? How can I do anything with down? I don't know. I don't have an idea yet, so let's move on. I'm also something else that has occurred to me, and this is a bit of a wild theory that's not really based on much or anything. I'm not really sure. But one wild theory that I have written down is whether rooms that have photos of her ladyship, could there be meaning to them? Or could there be meaning to certain rooms that have certain photos in them? I think this is a photo of her ladyship, Claire Epson. And the reason the main reason that I have that, that I'm thinking about that is because in the dark room, there's that note where it's saying that the, you know, our great uncle had requested something or other, like larger photo, like more photos or larger photos or something of her ladyship, something like that. Anyway, it's made me suspicious about... It's made me... I thought about it again and I was like, well, why? Why, actually? If what I imagine they're doing is preparing for my visit here, why would that be part of the preparation? Is that in preparation for a puzzle? So that's kind of my thinking, but I don't know. Again, it's the beginning of a thread and I don't know how to do anything with that thread. Okay. I would love to get walk-in closet, actually. Like, if I'm gonna... The walk-in closet is a suspicious item, a suspicious room, because I feel like there's an item in there that I haven't been able to find. I feel like something is going on behind that mirror. It's got space behind it. I feel sus about this room, but again, I don't know what to do with it. But it doesn't matter, I can't get in there anyway, so we're just gonna have to do storeroom. That's fine. That's fine. Let's get some things. Yes! Battery pack. Provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. maybe actually the theory that I had that the battery pack might be used when you combine items in the workshop, that might be true, because I have a feeling, I can't remember it now, but maybe they refer to them as contraptions when you combine items in the workshop. So that could very well be it. Either way, let's get our key, let's get our coin, and let's get our gem. And I have the note about the storeroom pawn. Yes, I do. Yep, cool. I feel sus about this house, to be honest. But yeah, nothing doing. Nothing doing right now. Cool. All right, let's, you know, I can look and look, but if I don't really have an idea for how to do anything different, you know, that's that. These things are suspicious to me, but I don't know. I can't think of anything. I can't find anything to do there. Okay, so where are we going back to? We can go back to the West Wing Hall because I have keys now. So let's try that. I wish I could think of what to do with that safe in there. But I'm mainly interested in trying the boudoir safe, I think, because this way. Because that's the safe where I have the clearest idea. Should we go straight ahead? Let's go straight ahead. That's the safe where I have the clearest, or at least the most compelling theory about what the date could be. So if I get that one, I feel it might tell me what the formatting of dates is for the other ones. You know, is it two numbers for the month, 2 numbers for the day, etc., etc. We looked at the bunk room recently. That was such an interesting room. And it does have the advantage of counting as 2 bedrooms. So I think that means extra steps, yeah? Super interesting. We've already got like a nice little amount of money. But the bunk room, again, it has a big suspicious, you know, couple of areas that could have safes in there, or like even some other kind of secret, a little secret room, right? Which would feel appropriate for the sort of room of like our uncle and his twin called Simon, and maybe I have a twin as well. Maybe there are 2 twins. Like maybe there's me and my twin brother, and maybe there's him and his twin brother. God, what's going on? What's going on with this game? That would get me money and a fruit. I'm all right for steps. That would get me, I would lose my gem, but I might get something interesting from Observatory, so let's do that. Hey. Ooh, 4 stars, eh? Why? I haven't... Oh, nice. A gem. A gem that I just used. Cool. Let's see if we get this map again, right? Is it something to do with the positions of these things as I come to them? I just feel there's some relationship between them. And I don't... This one has a little compass underneath it. I should be noting, is that always the same? And also, you know, a globe like this is in the title screen, right? It's important, I think. I'm just going to do a few singular presses. Nothing. Nothing happening. Alright, let's go nuts. Let's go, because it feels like this is what I was doing when I got the map, right? It was such a random occurrence. I just have no idea how I got that map. I don't even know if it matters to have the map, but because I have the information from the map. But at the same time, the fact that the map was an item is in itself, you know, it seems telling that it's necessary. I'm also, another thing I'm curious about in this room is whether whether I can actually point this telescope at something else, because it feels like we moved it, some stupid person driving fast outside. We moved it only a very short way, and yet there's 2 ways to move this thing. So like, why give us all of these controls if all we need to do is, you know, like move it a couple of times and then it's where it needs to be all of the time, right? I'm sort of curious to see what angle I can get this thing to. Maybe I can use it. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe I can use it to get a close look at something else that's in this room. So let's see. Oh, it doesn't go. Okay, it doesn't go anywhere else. So it doesn't go further up. I was thinking maybe I could look at the planets up there. How far down? Oh. Alright. Well, that's that. It doesn't go further down. It only goes like 1 down. Okay. I mean, like I could spin it around. I could, you know, like have it revolve, but it's not going to be looking at anything. If I can't shift the angle up or down, it doesn't seem like it's useful. I'm still curious about that, but yeah, again, just I'm saying this over and over and over. I don't know what to do with it. It's a bit of a theory, but I don't know. So let's see where we can go. We're using up our keys. I'm using up my keys, but I don't have enough gems for the passageway would be so good here. If only I just got 2 gems, or if the observatory hadn't cost me a gem. Anyway, doesn't matter. We just have to roll with it. So that won't take me anywhere. It might give me some items. It'll give me some steps, but that will allow me to buy items, and I do have some money. Probably nothing to do in here, but I always look. Okay. What have we got today? So, what would be good? I mean, it would be good to have more gems because it would mean room possibilities. There's so many rooms I want to get, right? But one of the many rooms I want to get is the vault. You know, I've had it as a possibility at least once before, but I couldn't do it. And I think it's because it takes 3 gems from memory. So I'm sort of, you know, although I've roughly been aiming to have at least 2 gems with me at most times, I actually really want to have 3 so that I can do the vault if it comes up. But I wouldn't even be able to get 3 gems right now with 10 coins. Oh, no, sorry, I would. They're 3. Yeah, so I could get 3 gems. I could get sledgehammer in case there are trunks. I've never done salt shaker, but I feel like that's to do with getting more steps from food, maybe. You know what? I'm going to do the gems. I'm just going to go... Maybe this is a silly use of my money, but gems are always useful. Okay, so we can only go down here. It's... Alright, I'm going to have to do drawing room because I have an explicit idea. Let me show you. See, I noticed this. Look at that. And look at that. That's here. That's him. That's here. Uncle Herbert is always showing the way. This is what this game has taught me. This guy has set all of this up for me to go, you know, what am I meant to be figuring out? And he is handing it to me on a mysterious platter. And this is his mysterious platter in this room. It is this. I didn't, you know, the first time I came in, this was day 1. So I just really didn't have much of a sense for, there it is. I didn't have much of a sense for like what I was even meant to be taking notice of. And there's so many interesting things in this room. There we go. Safe number 4. Drawing room. Now, that's super cool, but again, how do we get into it now? We have to figure out a date. This is nothing, isn't it? Yeah. We have to figure out how to extract a date. It might not even be in this room. It's just that I'm thinking currently, you know, that's the time. That's moving. That's the time. There's nothing to take from that. I actually thought the safe, if a safe was going to open in this room, I thought it was going to be here, because I've always thought this was suspicious. but this was suspicious, actually. I don't know. Maybe this is still suspicious, the fact that there's a fireplace but it's not on. I mean, the thing that has from the get-go caught my attention in this room is obviously all of these drawings and the fact that there seems to be some sort of puzzle here. But like, I don't know what to take from all of these drawings. I can't... Hang on. All right. Okay, I'm starting... When I came through most of these rooms on day one, there were 10 million things to even figure out, you know, the basics of this game, right? So I was in no position to like really notice, you know, all that much. Like I was overwhelmed with noticing, you know, all of the stuff at the beginning. Now that my brain is freed up with more and more and more things, I'm able to, you know, now look a little bit more closely and think about things in a different way. So now that I come up close, it's a very similar thing to what we noticed with the clock in the den. This is about lengths of stride. Very small. A little bit bigger. Horse, very big. Running boy, very big. Man, medium. And also 3. I've noticed it, but what do I do? You know, like thinking about measurements, lengths, a foot, a yard. But gate? Gate? These are gates, right? Hang on. Oh my god. Gate seems to be... I've had 2 realizations this episode about small gates. Like the small statues. Oh my god. The small statues of Count Isaac Gate. I feel like I've realized something important there, and yet I still don't know what to do with that information. But these are also small gates. If you count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. What's a small gate? You know, this is the smallest one, I think. That's also pretty small though. That's small. Hang on. So, that's a big gate. But like, yeah, what counts as small? Let's just... So maybe it's like... maybe it makes 4 numbers. One on each wall, right? But where would I even know where to start? Is this the first one? Because this is not a small gate. If this counts, this is 0. How do I... Uncle, what do I do? Is there any other clues? Alright, let's just try. Let's just note this down. Let's note this down. So... Drawing room. I'm gonna count the number on each wall, and I might not get it, but I'm gonna write it down if nothing else. Okay, so I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm stuck. 6, 7. I'm going to say that this wall is 7. What about this one? You know, and maybe it's like picture by picture or something like that, but so these are big, 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 small. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say that this is 4. Oh my god, there are 2 meanings to small gates so far that I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So far I have 7, 4, 8, 0. Let's, again, problem is I don't know about the, let's just try 7, 4, 8. No. 7, 4, 8, 0. No. Oh god. See, already there's so many possibilities here. 8. No. Let's start with 0, 7, 4, 8. Let's try 4, 8, 0, 7. Let's try 8, 0. Oh, hang on, did I clear? Can't remember. 8, 0, 4, 7. Oh, no. Let's try the 3 numbers the other way around. 8, 4, 7. I feel like let me double check. Maybe I have the wrong. Am I missing one? Maybe I've counted. Maybe I've miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't count, right? You just pilot. 7. Okay. Those are big. Those are big. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm correct. And there's nothing here. Oh, hey, Pixel. What do you think? Maybe it's not wall by wall. Maybe I add them up. So 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 7, 9. Surely it's not just the number 19, right? Maybe it is, because it just says if you count. No. Oh man, I really feel like I'm on the right track here. I figured out the safe. I feel really proud of that, of just the observation there, of noticing that. And I feel really proud of thinking about the small gates thing. And noticing this. But, I don't know how to turn, have I noted this? Drawing room porn. I'm just going to keep checking this. Maybe not. No, I haven't. Oh, well, this might have to be something I complete another time. That sucks. I'm taking steps towards the safe thing, though. I'm pleased about it. Maybe I just need my brain to click into gear another time. Maybe now is not the time. Hey, Pixie. Maybe now is not the time. All right. I don't think I know what to do right now, so I think that's okay. I think for now I'm just going to keep forging forward. You know, I've taken some steps. Small gate, medium gate, large gate. I've taken some steps forward, and that's enough for now. I might You know, some things are like clicking over time. So progress is progress. Progress is good. Let's be happy with that. So now we can only... We're cut off everywhere. We have to go all the way back to the entrance hall. That's that. That's that for... Is that fire bigger than it was before? Seems roaring now. This is an interesting realization I have to think about as well. Maybe it's... No, it's too far away. I can't, I don't know. I guess I could, but I don't really want to sit around, wait around for the next few hours. Let's come back to it. Let's come back to it. So into the kitchen. I had money and I've spent it now, so I don't have money for the kitchen. Hello? I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, granduncle. Even though you're dead. Well, maybe you're dead. Who knows? Who knows in a game like this? Are you a good dude? Are you a bad dude? I don't know. Let's try this one. Oh. Well, if I did that, that's all of my gems. And it's sort of a waste of the passageway. I might just waste this one. Let's do closet. Let's see what items are on offer. Yay. Well, don't know how useful it's going to be at this stage when I've already cut off quite a lot of my options, but it's something. It's something. Okay, well, this is all we've got now. That's okay. We've had an absolute ton of progress today. I'm really pleased. Like, you know, I'd sort of, even just at the start of this, I thought I had figured out something important about that message, and I've already figured out 2 more, I think, maybe. I think I figured out at least 2 more important interpretations of that message. That alone is incredible. I've confirmed that there are, you know, there's a safe in the drawing room, and there's something going on with those pictures that I understand more of now. Not completely, but I'm there, you know, I'm partway there. Would security be a good idea? Yes, it would. Yep, security's good. Security's good. What? I remember as well that there's a room called Trophy Room. Is this maybe Trophy Room? Like, maybe this is Trophy Room? We haven't been here, whatever this is. Anyway, I just there's so much I want to do. So much to check. I don't know if there's anything to do on the terminal here. What do I do with these phones? My main character, like me, my you know, blueprint seems to be super interested in what's been recorded in security, but I don't know what to do about that. There's no fruit or anything here. I can't microwave anything or make a coffee. So, okay, that's cool. Let's not dwell too much. Let us just see what unfolds. Wine cellar would get us a bunch of gems. That's nice. I'm very interested in the furnace, but so far the main thing I'm sure that the furnace is a super interesting room, because even just the effect it has when you choose it, the fact that it makes everything here kind of wobbly in heat, to me seems like it's indicating something important. I feel like you would use the furnace maybe to melt the freezer. And I know that you need... You know what I've got written down for the lab is that the machine needs the boiler room power. But this is a furnace. A furnace is not a boiler room. Is it? I don't think it is. A furnace is a different thing to a boiler room. Maybe... I don't know if you need this for the lab. Is a boiler room a separate room? Yet another thing I don't know. Anyway, what are we going to pick here? Wine cellar would get me 3 gems. 3 gems is nice. It's got that suspicious date in there as well. It's got a date in there. That's worth keeping in mind. It has a date in there, and it does have an area of wall to the left here that could be a safe, right? Oh, hang on. But the boudoir is where I know that... All right, we've got to do the boudoir. The boudoir is where I know there's a safe, and this is where I have the most theory about how to open it. Oh my god, I've been waiting to do this. I don't know if it's going to work. So we're going to try Christmas. 1225. Success! Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Ah. It's got the little... So I knew... I didn't know, but I was fairly sure we were going to get a red envelope in each of the safes. There we go. We got number 4. I'm so pleased. This is the one that I had the most faith in, and it has worked. I'm not really sure what I'm doing on my notes. I'm sort of just celebrating by circling where I have boudoir, Christmas, 1225, 2512, and I'm circling it and I put a smiley face next to it. But I'll also put the number 4. So what can we do with these red envelopes? Do we just keep them now? Do we accumulate them? Or, over the course of the game, are they permanent? Or do we just learn the information that's in them? I suspect it's just information, right? Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to admit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance. From the public record. That's our mother. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. Ah. So his wife is, I'm assuming this is his wife, she is angry, she disagrees, and maybe she is less or not at all loyal to to royalty. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Yeah, we do. In some ways we seem kind of like the obvious, like maybe not villain, but like kind of the crappy one. Like it seems like we're the one who's interested in the elites, the elitist prevailing powers, the royals, which by the way, I've rethought the whole color thing. I was originally like just by default, just because of my own thinking about things, I was thinking like that the blue would be the color associated with royals and red would be the color associated with resistance. But I realize it's the other way around because there's all of these references to the Red Guard. So red is actually associated, I think, with the royals and with the elites. And I think, I don't really know what to think about blue per se, but I've started writing notes about colors, and the ones I have written down are that there's a person called Philip White who was the publisher who was accused of various things, and that the resistance group appears to be called they are called the Children of Blackwater. So there's black, white, red that I've written down so far. Anyway, all right. So she gave up her family, blah, 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 blah. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. That's interesting about her. But for the love of God, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. I had wondered if the cause that our mother was a part of was the resistance. And here's the way I was thinking about it so far. It seems to me that a bunch of the staff, but not Mrs. Babbage, seem to be involved in this resistance. This is a lot of assumptions, to be honest, I'm making about like what certain people are doing, but this is kind of how I'm thinking things might connect together. So I assumed that our mother was against our grand uncle. But at the same time, I'm really, really swinging back and forth on how to think about our grand aunt. Sometimes I think our mother must be aligned with her because she seems to be a swan. Our mother wears a swan necklace. And maybe the lady is like a kind of against the politics of Herbert, But then there are things that have made me think that the lady might be the villain, or the villain of some kind, There seems to be something sort of maybe dark about her. I don't know. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the colour of the flag she flew, reference to flag again, must be made to see the colour of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. That's extremely interesting phrasing. As she rode into the darkness of 100 nights? To deny her story is to deny her life. They sure are talking like she's dead. Or at least gone forever. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son, Simon, your heir... Your son? Will inherit a fortune of lies, and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless, I'm getting more and more confused as my eyes go down the page here. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel, I thought this was his wife talking. Okay, that changes things. Okay, Daniel, Simon, your heir? Oh, so they must be me. Sorry. But hang on. Hang on. To deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son. That was why it was confusing me. I thought this was written by Herbert's wife. So when he said our son, I was like, there's a third generation of Simon. But no, they mean me. So this is my dad. My dad is writing. Oh, my dad is cool. Oh, well, that makes way more sense then. Okay, in that case, I still don't know what to think about Herbert's wife. But my dad is super cool. My dad is protecting my mum's legacy. My dad doesn't give a shit about my granduncle's family, really. And he's trying to protect me and our mother's legacy. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. And Christmas was the whole theme with this. Okay. So I guess. Oh, hang on. What is it? What? Oh, that's just. Oh my god, I've had another realization. Aside from the fact that we don't get to take these, that's fine. We just learn what's within them and note down the number. So that thing is one of those times. I was like, what is this thing next to the envelope underneath the gem? It's a little holder, right? It's like a little stand for the gem. So that's what I saw in the apple orchard. Oh my god. Okay. There's a lot to think about there, but my god, we've done the first safe. I'm so pleased. All right. Well, there's more mysteries in this room, like the phonograph and, maybe this. It just really seems like we'll be able to open this or something. I don't know. Maybe not. But either way, we've got our first red letter. Oh, sweet. Nice. Oh, bonus sleep mask. Yeah. Oh, there it is. It appears there. Doesn't seem to let us click on it, but okay. Let's move on. Oh, library. Oh. So nothing will let us go north anyway. So let's do library. Because I'm hoping I can order another book. Ooh! Oh, bonus. Yes, this is the little card, right? Oh, great, great, great. So we got Swinburne before. This is wonderful. All right, so I think... Obviously, pump system user manual is going to be really useful, but I'm not, you know, it's not like my immediate thing to play around with the pump system. I'm not really sure what I'm doing there. Drafting strategy sounds super useful. It's probably got some really interesting info about a combination that we can do. I find myself... I'm sure that they're all really interesting. This is the guy who wrote the book in the Observatory that tells you about the stars. So that's probably super interesting. They're all... Why am I even saying that? They're all going to be super interesting. But I find the one that I'm the most drawn to right now, and the one that was on my mind, is I want to get the history of Orindia by Caleb Manning, because Caleb was one of the people that came up in the archive things. So I want to... Oh, no, here. That's right. We just walk. That's right. We just walk away. It's done. We walk away. Yeah. So I am going to look forward to reading that. Yeah, it's going to be super exciting to get everything from the library. Eventually, I'm sure it's all going to be useful. I'm just seeing if there's items up here. Oh, it's just creaking. That's a nice touch. Yeah. Look, I kind of feel like I've looked at everything here reasonably carefully, and also with the magnifying glass. So oh, what? Oh, I've never had either of these rooms. Wow. I'm kind of surprised. I sort of thought these... I would have expected a suite of drafting possibilities like this further up. Huh. Maybe there's something special about the library. Gosh. Well, we're definitely doing one of these because we have 3 gems. We can do it. I would really like to see the study again, but... And also that ability is really good to redraw the floor plans with gems, but it's definitely one of these. You know what? 8 items is super tempting, but I'm just literally looking at the map now. We've got nowhere. There's nothing else to draft. We can't go anywhere. We're done. We're done, son. If we do that. So I'm going to do the cloister also because the cloister seems very, very interesting. I think I might even have a note somewhere about the cloister. I can't remember what it is. Yeah. Okay, so there's some soil in there, but I have no shovel. I have soil and I have no shovel. What's your deal? Mysterious statue. What is this angel? Is it one of the angels that's in the chapel? Is it pointing to something? Very interesting sounds. I'm very interested in the thing that came from Alzara's first prediction, which was about we see a red flag, the red flag's not moving, because he also said, I hear wind, but the flag is not moving. So I sort of wonder if the red flag that he's talking about is in a place where we can literally hear wind. But I don't know. How would we even get to this soil? Like, if I had a shovel, would I be able to do it from here? I'm just seeing if I notice anything. Don't know. Maybe it's just symbolic. Oh, it's interesting to see security back there. All right, well, all we can do is go through here. Okay. The only one that'll let us go forward is this one. Would be interesting to see the walk-in closet again with the knowledge that we have. I don't know if I have any items that would change anything about my experience in there. I find myself... I'm suspicious of everywhere, so I am a little suspicious of the guest bedroom. Could there be a safe in there as well? You know, it has that sort of room to the extra bit of, you know, the wall kind of comes out there on the right-hand side. The steps really don't matter for us at this stage. This would only allow me to go 2 more rooms across. Oh, let's do it. Let's just see what comes of it. Eat my apple. Take my money. Take my money. Oh my god, that was the good move. Chamber mirrors 100%. If you heard that, that was Pixel running off, probably completely excited. Oh my god. Well, this has turned... Again, every single day, no matter what happens, no matter the things that don't work out, every single day has incredible progress in it. Okay, so this, it feels like we can only go here for the time being. So maybe what we... Alright, let's just try and figure out what the game is here. There is a button. There are reflections of button. There are reflections of rooms. Where am I also? I'm right in the middle, so the picture doesn't really matter, does it? It's a road and a fishing rod, so it's A, which is, yeah, it's the A in the middle of crack. That's cool. All right, so first off, I don't know how to use it, but I feel like, do we see differences in the room? Orange, the hat on top of the finger. The outer finger is the one that's up. The button is there on the plinth. The light stand is there. The light is on. The fishing rod is on the far wall. The road is on the other wall. That's not a clock, is it? That's just kind of a cabinet in the corner there. What would I even do if I notice something that's different, you know? I don't know. Maybe I should, you know, I don't know. Let's just have a look before we try pressing the button. The table and the chair. Hang on. Yeah, no, the chair is in the right place. The table, the thing behind it, the wooden stand here. The lamp, the candle. 3 books, the weird thingy, another candle, a book resting against the candle. You know, could it be this view? Can I press the button on? No, I don't know. I thought we might getting... It feels like in here we might be getting really trippy, right? Maybe if I press this, it's gonna ask me a question. Like, which room is different? And I'll be like, oh crap, I didn't look hard enough. I don't know. So that... I mean, we can't go anywhere in here anyway. For now, but yeah. Alright, let's just try pressing it. Ah. So that one opened. Ah. Oh, that sucks for me because it's impossible for me to get to that side. I see. So maybe every time you come in here, you press this. And you don't know which one will open. And then you have to get to the other side to be able to get in the center. Yeah, but it's... Oh, that one's just going to open and close. I was like, what if I press it really fast? Does it get angry with... Oh! I don't know if I just broke it. or what? It's disappeared. Oh, it's come back. Okay. Feel like I did... I just kind of glitched it. Well, there might be more to it, but... Okay, and let's also note finger pointing upwards. So the finger is telling us something is going on up there, right? And there's also a finger here pointing upwards. They're all pointing up. But what is to be done? It feels obvious that something is going on up here. But I can see that there's glass above me. I don't know what to do. Umbrella. Umbrella. As far as I can tell, everything seems to be mirroring the way it should. Where does the finger have a hat on it? Does it matter? Maybe if I press this button, I can get into the other sections, you know? Oh, man. So interesting. So interesting. And you can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. That sounds cool. Chamber of Mirrors. What does it say? Reflections of reflections. This confusing room can sometimes prove disorienting to the wayward guest. However, upon closer inspection, they quickly realize that viewing this room from more than one perspective is key to unraveling its secrets. It's a rare room. Yes, it is. So that's good. I mean, we have useful knowledge. We know that if we're going to draft the Chamber of Mirrors, it would be ideal to have the potential to access its other sides. Because I'm going to guess that maybe what this button does is, you know, maybe it opens this one or this one or this one. Maybe we won't know. But probably if we get to the other side and we look elsewhere, we see a clue, you know, we see something that we can't see here. What if I press this button and I look in another direction, right? Hang on, here. Maybe, because Hall of Mirrors, right? Maybe misdirection. Let's just look down first. All right, let's try and look up. I see nothing. It's worth a try, right? I see nothing. It's also interesting that as this opens, you know, I suppose you note that now this here is closed, but I don't know what that's going to mean. All right. I think we've learned something super interesting about this room, and it feels like that's all we can do for now. But we can do something with that knowledge another time. Another time. But that's that for... I'm just double checking. There's, you know, maybe there's other things for me to find that I haven't found, but in terms of actual... doors, that's that. We ain't going we got no more drafting possibilities. That's cool. We've had a super productive day. Super productive day. Farewell. I'll be back. The reason I'm not calling it a day, though, and I am heading this way, is because... suspicious of that statue. is because I do want to do two things actually. So pretty. One is that I want to try and put another coin in the fountain. I have no idea what any of this is doing. I want to make a wish. Thank you. Maybe it's like the more coins you put in, the better, right? Or maybe it's just a certain amount, or maybe it's like putting coins on certain days, or maybe if you put a coin in the next day, something. I don't know. But the very last thing that I want to try is to go to the apple orchard and see if there's a gem sitting on that thing that I thought was a tiny crown. 4 birds fly from the fence up to the up to the mountain. I am trying to take notice of everything. 4 birds block the way to my tent. Let us just see this one last thing, right? Oop, did I... What is this other path? What is this path for? I don't even remember this. I do not remember this. Is this new? Has this... Have the grounds changed, or am I... Am I going nuts? What's going on with you, tree? Wow, I'm literally gonna have to like look back at a previous episode and see if that was always there. Okay. Something going on with that. Yeah, I just want to see if this little crown... I reckon that this little crowny thing is a gem holder. I don't know. Maybe there's no gem here, but I guess let's just see. It's just there. And it's on its side as well, which is weird. There's nothing in the pots. Yeah. All this stuff. That's right. This was the reference to the cloister. After a few months of idleness, request for change. I would like to replace the statue of Orinda. Yeah. So that's Orinda, and they're currently with the more appropriate angel Rhina to reflect the garden. And Babbage didn't humor me, and she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I've forgotten how to access the inner garth, and I'm too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. I wonder if there is a trick to accessing it that I just did without knowing. Okay. Alright, that was just the last little thing that I wanted to check there. So, we'll leave this here. We'll leave this episode here. I'm going to do this just for the fun of it. Why not? Hey, it just feels like progress. Oh, did I turn it off? Was it already on? Whoops. I forgot that it just stays on. Okay, it's a permanent change. That's nice. That's nice to confirm as well. Wonderful. Let's leave it here with this beautiful view. So thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me already, and just a thank you to everybody for the really, really lovely comments. It has made me so happy to read them, so I appreciate it so much. I have so much gratitude for people not just coming along on this journey with me and watching this playthrough, but like leaving really lovely, generous comments gives me much joy. And thank you for the likes and the subscribes and all of that. I hope you are looking forward to the next episode as much as I am, or even anywhere close, because I'm looking forward to the next episode so much. Thank you so much, and see you then. Actually, I just realized, P.S., I just realized that we should have a look together, just in case. We should have a look together at the house that we end up with. Just in case. Oh, slight diss. Ordinary villa. That's fair enough. All right, that's where we're getting in this one. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.